Okay, well, welcome to everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. We are starting a new chapter this week, so I'm
Wow.
ready for that. I know we're just moving so quickly through these chapters. I have a couple of announcements, and then we'll do the warm-up activity. First of all, the spring 2021 schedule is available in WebAdvisor. Okay,
Okay.
so if you would like to go check the schedule, look at what's coming up in spring, do that this week, and you can begin registering next week. You can register all the way up until a week before classes start, which is like January 12th. So you've got 3 months to register. Um, I don't remember if I told this class or not. I told one of my classes, but all of the ESOL classes will be online again. And I know it's kind of sad. We all want to go back to the classroom, but they're doing it again for the spring. But you guys have two choices of the kind of online class that you want. One type is called synchronous, and the other is asynchronous. You guys know the difference between synchronous and asynchronous?
Synchronous is at the same time?
Yes.
Context, more contextual, all right?
Okay, so synchronous classes are what I'm doing. I give you the opportunity to come and join me in the video lesson, but I also record it and I post it so that students who can't join me are able to watch the videos later. That is called synchronous. Okay, so you have that option as well in spring. All of the classes I teach are going to be synchronous, but there are other teachers who want to teach asynchronous classes. And for those, you're not going to talk to the teacher one-on-one. It's going to be just watching videos only. So the teacher will post videos or PowerPoint presentations or whatever they choose, and you just watch it and you do the work. Okay, that's called asynchronous. All right. Does anybody need help in finding where your schedule is and finding classes online? Anybody need help with that?
No. But every class will have these options, or it will depend of every teacher.
It's kind of both. When you go in there, let's say you click on Grammar 3,
Yes.
you will see maybe 4 or 5 classes. Some of them will be synchronous, and maybe one or two might be asynchronous. Okay, so it depends on what the teacher wants to do and how they want to do their class. So, um, maybe a teacher at the Northeast campus, they'll have theirs as asynchronous. Another teacher at another campus might do synchronous. So you just register for the one that fits with your life and schedule. So
So,
yeah, so you can kind of pick and choose. Some of the classes only have like 2 options of classes, and they might both be synchronous. And maybe one's in the morning, one is in the evening. I don't know. It kind of depends on the class. But the ones that I looked at mostly have like 4 options, and the ones I saw were like 3 options were synchronous and one was asynchronous. So if you want synchronous, you need to look at the time, right? The time of the day. Some of them are in the evening. So you pick and choose what fits with your schedule. Okay. Any questions?
Teacher,
so go ahead, good too.
I just ask you, do you know your next schedule? Because I like to study with you.
Yes, I have my schedule already ready and set. So I can share that with you. I
Yes.
don't know if I can pull that up here. Let's see. Does it let me do Excel files? I don't know if I can pull up an Excel. You know what? Let me share that towards the end of class.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I'll do that because if I share now, then this whole screen will go blank again.
Okay.
So I will share my schedule at the end of class. Don't let me forget, okay, too?
Yes. I check the ESL class now. Maybe I
Okay.
can. Another
Anything
one.
else?
So
Questions registering.
even though we choose the class that fit with our schedule, we don't know if we'll be synchronous or asynchronous.
Okay, yes, you will know.
Okay.
You will know because on the schedule it has like a guide for you to see. There's a blue
Yes.
color. The blue color means it's asynchronous, and if you see the green color, it's synchronous, and it gives you a little description so you can know which one is which. So this is different
Oh,
from
perfect.
the fall semester. Fall semester, they didn't tell you. It was all
Yeah.
confusing.
Yes.
Spring, they're being more organized, and they're showing you exactly which ones are synchronous and which ones are not. Okay, so that's a good question. And I'm going to post a video today in the announcements page. And in that video, I'm going to show you how to get to your class schedule and how to pick classes. And in the video, it explains about how to know if it's synchronous or asynchronous, okay?
Teacher,
So if
can
you
you
guys,
repeat? Can
yeah,
you repeat again? Yeah.
I'm going to post a video in the announcements page today that will show you how to find your classes and which one is synchronous and which one is asynchronous.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so look for that in the announcements page in Blackboard later. Okay?
And
Okay. Yeah.
do you know, Hannah, what classes will you be teaching?
Yes, I do. Two already asked me that question. And
Okay.
I am going to show you my schedule at the end of this class.
Okay.
I'll pull up my schedule so you can see exactly what I'm teaching.
Okay.
I would love to have you guys again in the
Yeah,
spring.
yes, me too. Is that
Me too.
yes,
And my class will start at 5:30 in the morning, but I'm sure that's fine for you guys, right?
right?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I think it starts at 10. I don't remember, but we'll look at it. Okay, let's go to number 2 on the announcements. We're doing chapter 11 this week, and we're only doing chapter 11 in 1 week.
No test.
Okay? No, chapter 10. So the reason is because I had to pick one chapter to only do in 1 week because of the way our chapters are, how many we have, and how long our course is. So I chose this chapter because I think it's the least important for your grammar foundation. So what we're going to do is just cover as much as we can, and we'll just practice as we go, okay? And we'll probably finish maybe half of chapter 11. And then next week we have to start chapter 12 and get to some of the more important things. Like we've got to do gerunds and infinitives. Those are way more important than chapter 11 stuff. So the only grade that you have for chapter 11 is your lab assignment. So whatever sections we cover in this week, during this week, those are the ones I want you to do practice for in your lab assignment in my English lab. Okay, so it's the same requirement. You just pick 5 activities, and that will be due this Friday at midnight, October 9th.
Okay.
Okay, So just to let y'all know, it's kind of an easy week. So let's get to the warm-up activity and then we'll check our homework. So last week we were talking about passive. And we talked about the used to with be verb in the front or the get verb in the front, okay? Like I am used to taking classes online now. So we talked about that. It means that you're familiar with something. We also talked about be supposed to with the base form verb after it, okay? And what does that mean? Who can tell me what that means if I use be supposed to? Like am supposed to, are supposed to. What does that mean?
You have to.
You should.
It's kind of like have to. What it means is
But it's
there
not.
is expectation.
Expectation, yes.
Normally, expectations come because we already communicated or promised something. Okay, so if I tell you, hey, I'm going to show you my schedule at the end of class, that means I am supposed to show my schedule now because I'm a teacher and I agreed to do that. So now there's expectation. And you would say the teacher is supposed to show us the schedule, right? So expectation comes when there's a promise or agreement between people. It also can be used for something that's like a law or a rule that is expected behavior. Like, for example, if we were in the classroom, if we were at TCC in the classroom and I come in and I start jumping on the desk, am I following a normal expectation?
Yes.
Zoom.
Yes.
If you're jumping,
If I'm jumping on the desk in the classroom.
yeah.
They think
No, that's not normal expectation to do that. You
Uh,
would
I understood that if you're jumping, you're gonna to fall.
Oh, no, we can't use it like that. We won't say you're supposed to fall. We wouldn't
Okay.
say that. We would say you're going to fall. That would be a prediction. Expectation would be you're not supposed to jump on the desk. Be careful, you're going to fall. You're not supposed to do that. Okay? Because we have a little rule or expectation that a teacher is not supposed to, or a teacher does not get on a desk or start yelling at students. Okay? So that's an example of expectation. So let's answer this question together. What are you supposed to do when you get in a car accident? There are some laws in the state of Texas. There are some things you have to do, okay? There are also some things that you're kind of expected to do, that's normal to do, but it's not exactly a law, okay? So we're going to talk about all of that. Okay, somebody's moving this around. Did you change your mind?
No, I'm not.
Or
Yes,
maybe we have
me.
a disagreement.
Give your driver's license information.
Yes,
You have
because
to.
at in the driver lesson we have a lot of personal information, so don't show that.
Okay. If we have a disagreement, you guys can say, hey, I think this one should go to the other category. Let's leave it where it is and then we'll talk about them. So what are you supposed to do? I'm going to move these. Exchange insurance information. That is correct. Okay, you are supposed to do this. Now, there's different types of accidents, right? Like maybe you're just, driving like 20 miles per hour and you bump the bumper of a car in front of you. Do you need to stop and give them your insurance information? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You're supposed to stop and that you hit another car, even if it's just a bump or a scratch. Okay?
Okay.
Both vehicles are supposed to pull over. You're not supposed to block traffic. Okay? You have to safely pull over, and you have to provide your car insurance information, even if it wasn't your fault. Okay? So let's say they hit your car. If they request your insurance information, you need to give it, because they have the right to file a claim, even if you're like, hey, it was your fault, right? You still give it to them. Example, I've been in two very small car accidents, and both times it was not my fault. Of course, I'm a perfect driver. But and one time the car behind me bumped into me, and I went out to talk to them, and they said, no, no, no problem. No, I said, yes, problem. He was a non-native English speaker, so I think he was having trouble. I was like, yes, yes, you need to give me your insurance information. And then he also took my information, which was okay. I ended up winning the claim, and I got the money for my car, but I still gave him my insurance information. Okay. You give the policy number and the company, like Progressive Insurance, and then your policy number. Okay. Do not give your driver's license information. I'm going to put a check by this one because it's in the do not.
Oh, wow.
Do
Yeah.
not give your driver's license number, your address, to another person. That is considered personal information. Somebody could use that to steal your identity, or they could come to your house with a gun or something. I mean, what if and they have to pay out money and they're mad at you? Now they have your address, right? That's not safe. So you never give your driver's license information. So all they need to know is they need to have your name, your policy number, and the company, the insurance company. That's all they need to know. They don't need your personal phone number. They should not have your address or your driver's license number. They should not have your social security number. Okay? Everybody got that?
Yes.
Information, inventory, what's good to give and what's not good to give. They only need information to file a claim. And for that, they need a policy number and they need your name. Okay. So make sure you get that information from them. If they say no insurance, then you call the police and you make sure that you report that, hey, he didn't give me his insurance information. Okay, because it's illegal to drive and not have your insurance card in your vehicle. You have to have insurance information there. Okay. Okay, let's talk about calling the police and calling 911 and all that. I mean, what if you bump into someone's car and you just pick up your phone and dial 911?
No.
No.
I mean,
You
what do you need to do? What are you supposed to do?
take a picture
It depends
Okay.
the type of the accident.
or the police to
If
get
you
the
just bump, you don't. It's not necessary to call the police.
Yeah, first, let's go in order of steps. The first thing you do is check if the other driver's okay. Even if it was just a little bump. You don't know what health condition that person is in. They may have a really bad back, and you bump them, and now they're, they're in pain. I mean, we don't know. Or they might have children in the car. So the first thing to do is check if they're okay, right? Um, and then if they say, if they look like they're in pain, then you would call the ambulance. If there are injured people, you should call 911. Yeah, that is true. So we need to move this one up here. If there's injured people, we need to call 911. But we don't need to call the ambulance for every problem, every accident. It's only if there's somebody that's injured. Okay, do we always call the police? What are we supposed to
No.
do about the police?
If they argue or
If
they
there's
look very
arguments.
dangerous, we have to get the police to get the report for the insurance company.
Yes, I'm going to put what you said. Is angry or they're not giving you their insurance? Yes.
Yeah.
If the accident is bad to where somebody might not be able to drive away, either your car or their car, if there's a lot of damage to the vehicle, then call the police because they have to do a report. The police will do a report and then it's filed, it goes with the insurance companies. So the insurance company can get a better idea of what happened. But I will tell you in my case, um, we were in a parking lot and I backed out and then another car backed out and hit me. And I was honking my horn like, hey, don't hit me. And he hit me. Um, and he refused to say it was his fault. Hey, it's your fault. So there was a little argument, but I did not call the police because what happens is the police, first of all, the police do not come on private property to do police reports unless there's something criminal involved, like there's a robbery, there's like an assault, then they would come. So I was in a parking lot of a store, and I called the police later, and they said no, we couldn't come to that location because it's private property. So it depends where you are, if
So
you're if, yeah.
if I
Uh-huh.
were you, I will make the record the voice when I speak with another man.
Yeah. You speak with another one?
Yeah, I make the record on my phone because
Yeah, you
sometimes
could to record, yeah, what they said or something. I don't know if that's legal to do that, but because of your English, you're a second
yes,
language learner, I mean, maybe you should do that to protect yourself. So you don't have to call the police every time. It just depends on the situation. Sometimes you'll call them, but they won't do a report because the damage is not as bad or it's on private property. Yeah. So that leads me to this other point. Look for a witness. Now, you don't have to do this. This is not an expectation, but it's just good advice. Look for a witness. And I will tell you guys, in both of the cases where somebody hit my car, I checked if the person was okay, and I immediately looked around. Who's a witness? And I found witnesses in both cases, and they gave me their phone number and their name, and they said, yeah, he hit your car. And I said, thank you. If you get a call from my insurance, I would appreciate if you would just tell them what happened, what you saw. And witnesses are very important. And when that car backed into me in the parking lot. I won the case because of the witness. That was the only reason that I got the money, because the other driver lied and said that I hit his car. So they were not going to give me money, but the witness supported my statement. So look for a witness if you can, get their name and phone number, and then give that to your insurance company. Okay. I know we're talking a lot about this, but I think this is so important for you guys who come to this country and you start driving, and sometimes you're not aware of, oh, what am I supposed to do now? It can be very scary. Okay. The last one on the list of to do is take pictures of the other person's car where it's damaged. Okay. Just bring your phone right away before they drive away and get those pictures. I even take pictures of their license plate just in case their insurance is not valid or there's something wrong. I can have their license plate, which is not personal information, right? It's public. It's anybody can see license plate numbers, right? So it's public information, and I take a picture of that in case I need to call the police and say, hey, this driver, um, you know, did something wrong or illegal. Here's the license plate number. And then the police can do their own investigation. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so on the do not do, yeah, you're not supposed to drive away. You are not supposed to drive away if the accident was not bad. Never, never drive away. We already talked about that. No matter what you think about it, you should never drive away. Call an ambulance. That one is the yes or no. It depends on the situation. If you need to, you can call them. It's not wrong to call them. Okay? Any questions?
No.
Okay. I have a
Okay,
question.
I hope you never get in a car accident. But in case you do, here's what you need to know. Has anybody ever been in a car accident?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Okay,
Yes,
tell us
but
tell
not
us quickly
here.
what happened and what you did.
I got involved in maybe 4 or 5 accidents.
Hmm.
You what?
Yes, but
Are you a bad
never was my
driver?
fault. Yeah, but never was my fault.
Oh
3
wow.
of them was in car and 2 was in my motorcycle. But it's complete. It's very important to me to know how do you manage the accident here, because in
Right.
my country it's a law that you have to give your drive information, your drive license information.
Whoa.
You have to give your phone number, and I didn't know here you don't have to give your information.
Yes.
Um,
You.
yeah, you don't have to give it to another person, but obviously if the police come and they're doing a report, they will probably ask you. Of course, you give it to them. But yeah, but think about it, there's no reason for them to
Yeah,
have that
yes, I
information.
know.
They're not the law. They don't have the capabilities of looking up, your driver's license number. I mean, yeah, they could give it to the police and say, "Hey, this guy hit me," but really, that's between insurance companies. And if there's a criminal case involved, or somebody dies or something, um, they can still use the information that you gave in your insurance, right? Because your insurance company has your driver's
Your
license number, they
information,
have your
yes.
address, they have everything. So I am so sorry that that happened to you 4 times, and you ride a
Yes.
motorcycle. Oh my gosh, did you break any bones or have any
Uh,
injuries?
my right wrist, the last one, my right wrist.
Oh, on the right. Oh,
The
that
right
was
side.
very
Is it
strong.
okay now?
You're not strong
Yeah,
anymore.
it's okay. Look,
Not strong
but
anymore.
it makes a sound when I
I
do
like the
this.
click.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's pretty serious. And I apologize on behalf of all vehicle drivers. We are terrible with motorcycles. I just drive and I'm like, wait, is that a motorcycle or is that just a stop sign or something? Especially at night, it's so hard to see. I just try to, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here. And then I just let them pass, you know. That's what I do. But wow. Well, good. I'm glad I got to share something that can help you. Hopefully, it'll never happen again, though.
I hope to.
Okay. So, and Amani's really quiet over there. Amani,
Oh
any
yeah.
accident report?
Oh no, really. I'm listening.
Okay, good.
Just pay attention.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to grammar then. Let's check on homework. Exercise 30. Exercise 30, page 276.
Exercise 30. Exercise, yes. Page
276. So remember, sometime this week you need to take your chapter 10 test, okay? So don't forget about that. I recommend doing it today because we're checking our homework today. It will be fresh on your mind. But so don't forget to do that. That is due on Friday. So exercise 30, page 276. 2, can you give us the answers? What did you get?
The number 1 is the man. Number 2 is the roller coaster.
Excuse me, are you sure it's exercise 30? We reviewed this the last class.
Yeah, you're right. We already did this one in class, didn't we? Wait, did I get it wrong? Hold on.
I think
32.
It's 41. It's 41.
Yes.
41.
Yes.
30 was from previous class. We already checked this. You're right. Thank you. I was like, wait, I thought we already checked this one. So many exercises to keep up with. Okay. Let's go to exercise 41. 41. Okay. So 2, can you give us your answers to exercise 41?
41. Number 1 is YouTube.
Yes.
I have two. Everything.
So number 2 is used to. Number 3 is what, 2?
I YouTube.
Let me see. Actually, we want to use am.
Oh, I'm YouTube.
Right. With the negative or just am?
I'm not used.
No,
I'm not
wait
used.
a second.
Yes. Yes, it's right.
It says
Amani is right.
she. Oh my gosh, there's a mistake on this, right? There is a mistake.
Which one? Number 3?
Oh, no. I'm thinking 2. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing myself. Okay, number 3, yeah, it goes with I. So I am not used to. Now, why are they using not? Why is it negative?
Because she's used to live in New York City.
Yeah,
So it's a big city.
right, exactly. She is used to living in a big city. She has lived in a big city most of her life. Now she's going to school in a small town, so she is not used to living in a small town. So we've got to use the negative. Okay, good. Number 4 is are
used to.
used to. Are used to. Okay. Number 6, am accustomed to.
Yes.
And then am not accustomed to.
Accustomed to. Yes.
Yes.
Number 7, are accustomed to.
To. Yes.
And number 8, are not
Or
accustomed
not
to.
accustomed to. Yes.
Okay, anybody have questions about these? Let me know.
No question.
All right, let's skip a page and go to exercise 46. Exercise 46. Page 284. So number 3, am. Number 4, nothing.
Yes.
Number 5, nothing.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 6, are.
Or
Yep.
Number 7 is.
is
And number 8, nothing.
nothing.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's go to exercise 47. Number 3, used to eat.
Used to eat. Yes.
Number 4, is used to growing.
Yes.
Number 5, is used to eating.
Used to eating.
Number 6, used to have. Number 7, am used to taking. And number 8, used to go. Did anyone miss any of these? Because this one was challenging.
No, this is my first time.
I had to answer on number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I was confused about I am not used to.
Oh, am not used to eating meat.
Yeah.
Okay. Am not used to eating meat. What that means is in the past, I did not eat meat. And now I'm just beginning. Remember the example that we gave about New York City? In the past, I lived in New York, but now I live in a small town. I am not used to living in a small town. So in this case, they are still a vegetarian. They don't eat meat now. They didn't eat meat in the past. So we can, oh wait, did they eat meat in the past? Oh, they did eat meat in the past.
Yes.
Okay, so we would want to use I used to eat meat. The contrast is with but now.
But now.
But now I eat. So we want to use used to show the past, and then they use present to show now.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because in the past they ate meat, but now I eat only meatless meals. Okay. Who else has a question about this exercise? Okay, let's go to exercise 51, which is at the bottom of your screen here. Number 1 is true.
Yes.
Number 2, false.
False.
Number 3, true. And number 4, false.
False.
5 is true.
True.
6 is false. 7 is true. 8 is false. I mean, 8 is, I'm used to saying, 8 is true. Oh my gosh, 8 is true.
Great.
I am used to saying, you see, I just said that. I'm used to saying true, false, true, false, true, false. but false. Okay, let's go to exercise 53.
53.
And this one, you kind of have to zoom in to look at the corrections.
Yes.
It's here.
Where is 53? Here.
So number 2, we want to say something happened.
Yes.
One student in our class made a mistake with this one in the discussion board, I believe, or maybe it was the Go React. They said was happened, but remember happen is intransitive, so we cannot put the be verb in front of happened.
That's me.
That was you? Okay. I
Yes.
don't remember. By the way, I enjoy listening to the Go React videos.
Thank you. It was
You guys
difficult.
are so entertaining. I don't know if you realize, when I watch the videos, I have fun. I'm just laughing, and my husband's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "Do you know what he just said?" I mean, Amani, your story was so crazy. I was like, "What?" And then you're like, "That's it," and I'm like, "Wait, no, what happened? I don't even know what." I have so many questions about your story. And then
And
Faye Young, I don't know if y'all heard Faye Young's video. It was so sad about
Yeah,
when he was in the
The people
hospital and
really
somebody
sad.
died, and I didn't laugh at that one. But just y'all's stories are great. I really enjoy those videos. And of course, Walter's always organized. Hey
Thank you.
guys, I hope you had a great day. I'm going to share something here. Exercise 53. Number 1, here's my sentence. Number 2, thank you for watching today. I mean, you have all organized and everything.
I'm accustomed to do that.
Yeah, you're accustomed to doing that, right?
Yeah,
And
to
then
doing
2, I gotta say
Yeah.
something about 2's video. Yours, with Trump, you were
And the title?
you shared so much. It was great. I enjoyed that little news brief sharing what happened. It was good. Thank you guys for that. Okay, let's continue. Number 3, this pen belongs to me.
To me.
Mhm. Number 4, Amani, what did you put for number 4?
before was interested.
Good.
I am interested in the subject.
Interested.
Interested.
Good. Okay. And 2, what did you put for number 5?
He is married to my cousin. Married
Yes.
to
Married to. Yeah, we don't usually use married with. We use it with to. So that's another good point there. Okay, Walter, what did you put for number 6?
Mary's dog died last week.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. And I'll share the rest. Number 7, were you surprised when you heard the news? Were you surprised when you heard the news? Number 8, when I went downtown, I got lost.
Yes.
And number 9, the bus arrived 10 minutes. Number 10, we're not supposed to have pets in our apartment. So we need to add that D, supposed. But when we say it, it sounds like just supposed to. Remember, we talked about pronunciation. We don't hear the D sound, but when we spell it, we need to put the D there.
Yes.
Okay, good job, guys.
Can you can you repeat the number 5?
Number 5, he is married to my cousin.
Uh,
Married with the ed, and then to, not with.
Oh, okay. I put it. I just left the with the sentence.
Yeah, we don't usually use with married. It's going to be to. Okay, and remember you can click on the top left of your screen and zoom in, or at least I can. I don't know if you guys can, but zoom in to look at this bottom corner here, exercise 54. They underlined the parts that you need to correct. So the first part is celebrated. Well, they did that one for you. In number 2 on exercise 54, we want to underline. Oh yeah, it's underlining. It's not correcting. It's just underlining. Okay, in number 2, underline are set off. And then also are filled,
Yes.
are exchanged, are given, and then is wrapped. Is wrapped. By the way, you guys did great with your discussion board activity as well. I know some of your articles were really challenging, like Fei Young and Walter. You guys did, I think you both did political.
Yes.
Something political. I know that's challenging with all that vocabulary, but you guys did good. And 2, you had some questions about passive in the discussion board. Did I answer all your questions, or do you still have questions? 2, are you there?
I move. I talk a lot, but you don't hear.
Oh, okay. Okay, repeat it. What did you say?
I say everything okay now.
Okay, good.
A little bit. Sometimes I know how to do it, but when I put in the sentence, sometimes I must not the basic.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to notice which one is passive. And I think you were doing something like kind of rephrasing what they said or something.
Yes.
Did you copy? Yeah, I wanted you to just copy
No,
exactly what.
on the top I copy the sentence so you can read that you understand.
Okay.
But the bottom I do that by myself.
Yes. Yeah, you did some of it yourself. So, and that's good too, if you guys want to, I want you to do everything. I want you to read and see the passive, and then I want you to also do some of your own writing, your own speaking. All of that can help you to catch and keep the passive in your memory. Okay? Okay, so here's the rest of the corrections. Number 3, are bought.
Yes.
And then we also underline is
It's
considered.
considered.
And that is it for chapter 10. Do you guys feel more confident now about the passive?
Yep.
Okay. Then why don't we flip over one page and let's look at chapter 11. And this is what we're talking about this week is count and non-count nouns and articles. Okay, so just so you know, chapter 6 was all about nouns and pronouns. So if there's a point in this lesson where you're confused and you're not sure about what a noun is, then I recommend you go back to chapter 6 and look at some of the explanations about nouns, because this chapter is building on that information. So we're talking about count and non-count nouns, and today we're looking at articles a little bit and a quick definition of count and non-count nouns. Okay? So let's start with, what is a noun? Let's start at the beginning. What is a noun anyways? Who can give me a good definition?
Now it
Now,
describe
are
the thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
people or things?
People or things? People or things. Okay, what about something like information? Information,
Yes,
is that a noun?
yes.
Yeah. Eh.
Information
Yep,
is the noun.
yep, that's a noun. What about something like freedom? Freedom.
Yes,
Is
that's a
freedom,
noun.
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
noun.
it's a noun. It's not something we can see, but it's still a noun because it's considered like an idea or a concept. Okay.
Idea.
So when we have nouns, we can break the nouns down into smaller categories. And two of the categories we can do this in is count and non-count. So here's what you need to know. Count nouns are all of the nouns that have the option of being singular or plural. So every single count noun can be singular or it can be plural. It always has an option. So for example, washing machine is a count noun because I can have one, that's singular, or I can have two washing machines, and that would be plural. Cell phone is a count noun because we can count them. It can be a singular, one phone, or I could say 5 phones, right? It can be singular or plural. So we have thousands and thousands of count nouns. Look around the room that you're in right now. I want you to share one count noun with me, something from your room that you're in.
A pencil.
A chair.
Oh,
A
okay,
pencil.
chair, yes. Pencil, yes.
A
An
lamp.
A
eraser.
shoes.
What did you say, Amani?
I said shoes.
Shoes,
Pair.
yes.
Shoe.
One shoe, two shoes. One chair, two chairs. Yeah. So right now, just around you, you can probably name 25, 30 count nouns, okay? So these are very common. Now, there's another kind of noun that's called non-count. These are the ones that are more challenging. These nouns can only be in singular form because they are viewed or categorized as a whole. So, for example, furniture is a non-count noun. Everybody say furniture.
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 Okay, good. We cannot make furniture plural. I cannot say, hey, I have 5 furnitures in my living room. Cannot say that. Because furniture is considered to be one whole thing, even though there's smaller parts in furniture, right? Furniture can be lamps, tables, chairs, couches. But when we use the noun, we use it as a non-count. So, for example, I could say, I have a lot of furniture in my living room. And you say, what do you have? I have 2 chairs, 3 couches, a TV, and a lamp. So I can count the couch, the chair, the TV, but furniture, I don't make plural. I don't count. Okay?
Okay.
Somebody's making a lot of noise over there. So let's practice. Who wants to practice what I just did? I said, I have a lot of furniture. Or you can say, I have a little bit of furniture in my living room. And then I want you to tell us 2 or 3 count nouns. I have 2 tables, 1 chair, and 3 lamps. Who wants to try it with furniture? I need a volunteer.
I can try.
Okay, go ahead, Walter.
I have some furnitures. I don't have a lot.
Wait, did you say some furnitures?
Yes, I have some furniture.
Good.
I don't have a lot. I have a TV,
Yeah.
a sofa. I have a diner table.
Dining room table or
Yes.
dining table, yes.
I have a 4 chairs.
Good. I have 4 chairs. Yes. Okay. Good job. So you notice that automatically your brain says furnitures because you
Yes.
said some, so you're thinking, oh, more than one. So that's what's tricky about non-count nouns. We can use quantifiers like a lot, but we still keep this singular. A lot of furniture. We can use quantifiers like some furniture. Okay, but we still keep it singular because it's a non-count noun. Here's some other examples. Some information, a lot of information. You see, we don't say informations because it's a non-count noun. Okay, so at the bottom you can see I put this point. Why is it important to know if it's a count or non-count noun? Because of how we use it in a sentence. When we use the quantifiers like some, many, much, a lot, we need to be careful about the noun type. So for example, I could say some furniture, some chairs. Or I could say a little information, a few people. So when we talk about these quantifiers, and you guys will see if we can get to that part, the quantifiers, sometimes they have to match with a certain kind of noun. Like a few goes with the count, a few people, chairs. But other quantifiers like a little can only go with non-count. A little furniture, a little information. And other quantifiers like some and a lot of, they can go with both kinds of nouns. So like some furniture, some chairs. So what we need to do is kind of be aware of what kind of noun we're using. Okay. Quantifiers match with the noun type, and articles also are important when it comes to the type of noun. So we're going to look at both of those next. Let's look at articles. Articles are a, an, and the. So on page 290, they're focusing on just 2 of the articles, a and an. Okay. So let's do a practice together. I have a sentence here, and I want you guys to decide together where we should put a or an. Okay, so I'm going to read it, and then you guys will tell me where we should add a or an. So it says, the other day I went to store to get umbrella because my umbrella got destroyed in recent storm. Do we need to add a or an anywhere here?
Yes, both of them.
You get an
A
umbrella.
store.
Oh, I'm so excited. Everybody's ready to go. Okay, let me ask 2 first because you haven't answered a question yet. 2, tell us
Yes.
where to put something.
The other day I went to store To get an umbrella.
Okay, so
Yes.
before
Before
first
umbrella.
umbrella,
Yes.
you want to add an, right?
An, yes.
Okay, good. Anything else?
A
Yes.
store. A store.
Yes.
I went to a store.
Oh, Fei Young is here. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you think we need to add a
Wait,
before store?
Yes.
Yes.
Store.
Before
Okay,
reason.
go to a store. No, go to store. Go to the store. Go to store. No.
what do you think, too? Do we need to add a before store?
Yes, I think so. A store. Go to a
Okay.
store. An umbrella.
So far we have a store, we have an umbrella.
Yes.
Knee reason store.
I think it's
I
between
think
in and reason. I have to put an
a
A.
recent
In a
storm.
recent storm.
Yes.
A recent storm. Okay. Good job, guys. I got some
Yes.
excellent students here. You got all of those correct. So we're going to talk about why these go here, just to clarify the rule or the reason. So we put a before store because this is the first time that we mention the word store, and store is a singular count noun. Okay, it is not a non-count. When we have non-count nouns, we do not ever use a or an. So I do not say a furniture or an information. We don't use these with non-count nouns, okay? So each of these nouns, store, umbrella, storm, those are singular count. Everybody say singular count.
Singular
Singular
count.
Single
count.
count.
Okay. Get that into your mind. It's got to be a singular count noun to go with a or an. Singular count noun. Now, we use an umbrella. Okay, why? Why do we put the an there with the an?
Because it's a
Because
count noun.
in front of
Yeah.
the vowel.
And
It's a singular count noun, and the noun starts with a vowel sound.
right.
Umbrella. So that's why we have to use an.
Yes.
And then the third example, a recent storm. Okay, recent is not a noun. Anybody know what recent is?
Recent look like the
Adjective.
right now.
It's adjective.
Really
Adjective.
adjective.
It's adjective is describing the storm. So notice that we do not say recent a storm. Okay. If we have an adjective before the noun, then we're going to put that a or an before the adjective. I think you guys kind of already know that, but sometimes you need to be reminded because it can be confusing, okay? So a or an plus singular count noun, but if you have an adjective, the adjective will go between, okay?
Yes.
Everybody clear on that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and notice I said first mention. First mention. Why do I keep talking about first mention? Like this is the first time we talked about the store. This is the first time I told you about the storm. So why is that important? Anybody know?
No.
Okay. Oops, I forgot. I forgot to say this before we go. The reason is because I'll show you an example in a minute. If it's the second time that you mention that word, then we're going to use the. The. Okay? So I'll show you an example of that in just a moment. So to review with articles, AN goes with the vowel sound noun, goes with a consonant sound noun. And you can always add an adjective. Do you notice at the bottom it says an umbrella, a unicorn? Why?
Because the sound is Y is a consonant.
Good, because it's a Y sound,
Unicorn.
unicorn, like Y. Okay, good. Okay, so let's practice a little one, and then we'll go back and talk about the first mention and the second mention. Page 291 at the top. We're going to do numbers 2 through 7. 2 through 7. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I want you to do exercise 2, but only do 2 through 7. Okay, so go ahead and do that in your book.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Oh, I cannot open that laptop.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, who's pretty confident in your answers? Do I have anybody
Me.
I
that?
am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am confident.
Okay, can you tell us all the answers, please?
All right. Number 2 is an abbreviation.
Okay.
3 is a dream. 4 is an interesting dream. 5 an empty box. 6 a box. 7 a uniform.
Yeah,
8
those are correct. Wait, we stopped at 7. Yeah, we stopped at 7. Good job. All these correctly. I want to make sure number 4 you put an, right?
yes, I put an.
Good. For number 4, it's an interesting dream. If we take out interesting, take out the adjective, then we would say a dream. Okay. One more thing I want you to look at. All of these nouns, if you want to, you can circle them or just write singular count noun. Singular count noun. None of these are plural, and none of these. Okay, so you've got to remember that. A and N go with nouns. Okay, so there's your articles. Now let's try that concept I just told you about with the first mention. The first time you mention a singular count noun, you need to use a or an. I'll give you guys a moment, and I want you to think about sentences, and I want you to decide if we need to use a or if we need to use the, like THE. Okay, so I'll give you a couple minutes. I want you to read this and decide if we need a, an, or the. Okay, Taeyong,
Yes, ma'am.
Taeyong, did you have a chance to answer these? What do you think?
Yes, a man, a moment, the man.
Okay, so you want to use a, the.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why do you use a the first time, but the on the second time you talked about the man? Why?
And The man is a single noun, so
Yeah.
I use a, and then it show up the second time, so I use a.
Right. So it has to do with the first time you say that noun and the second time you say that noun. Okay. The first time we use a, the second time we use the. And that's why we call a and indefinite articles, because it is the first time that we're defining or saying that noun. And then the is called a definite article. And your book does not really give examples or information about the, but I wanted you guys to know because it's a common problem with language learners. They're not sure when to use a or the. So that is free for you guys. No charge for that. Any questions?
No, thank you.
No.
Okay, so how much time do we have? We got about 10 minutes. Okay, let's try to do these. If we don't finish, we'll finish on Thursday. So page 292 is section 11.2. We're talking about count and non-count. So if you look at the top of page 292, do you see they have a little circle with a line through it? Everybody see that? Page 292 at the top.
Yes.
The little circle has a line through it. That means no word. That means don't use a, don't use an, don't use any word or any quantifier before the word. So that's my question. What about no article? So no articles can go before plural count nouns. So for example, I'd like potatoes. Potato is a count noun, but I'm putting it in plural form with the S. So for this one, I cannot use a because it's a plural form. Okay? Everybody got that?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no article in this sentence. Now, the second example, no article can be used with non-count nouns. Okay, these are going to be singular, okay, but they're non-count. So I found information on the internet. Notice we do not say I found a or an information because it's a non-count noun. There's no article. Okay, and this one would be wrong. I like a potatoes. I found an information. Those are wrong. Okay. Questions about that little rule?
No.
Okay,
Is it
good.
wait?
Huh?
Is it information and I mean and no non-account noun?
Yes, it's non-count. So that's what I put here. It says wrong.
But I heard people say like informations.
Well, that's not correct.
Uh,
Are those people, were they born in this country?
I no really. They're not
Aha!
from.
That's probably why.
But
So
they speak English.
yeah, they speak English. I know. See, what happens is, and I'm not saying this exactly happened with that person because I don't know their story, but sometimes people come to this country when they're like a teenager and they go to high school, and they graduate and they know how to speak, but they keep making some of these small mistakes, like informations or
Furnitures.
furnitures. Yeah, or they'll say, yeah, I know a people. but we can't use that either. So Amani, that happens a lot in our society. We've got lots of people that they know English and they're definitely bilingual, but they kind of keep making some of these small mistakes. So yeah, it's a very common mistake.
All right.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. I want you to look at page 293. Look in the middle of the page. You see where it says some common non-count nouns. Everybody see that?
Yes.
And you can see there advice and information. So advice is another one that a lot of people make mistakes with. We do not say, I want to give you some advices. We can say, I want to give you advice, or I want to give you some advice, but it's not plural. Same with information, with furniture, jewelry. There's a lot of words here that we do not make plural. Okay? And so that's my last point I want to share with you. Whenever you have no article, you can also use some. So remember my example, I'd like potatoes. You can also say I'd like some, but do not say I'd like a potatoes, because this is a plural count noun. Okay, second example, I found some information on the internet. That is correct. You can say I found information or I found some information. Do not say I found an information. Okay? Or do not say I'd like some potato, because potato is singular. So that's why you have to remember singular count nouns go with a or an. Non-count nouns and plural count nouns go with no article or with some. That's the lesson for today, if y'all can remember that. Any questions?
No.
So singular count nouns with a or an, plural count nouns, and non-count nouns with no article or some. No article or some. That's the basic lesson for today. Okay, so we are out of time, so we're going to do the practice as a warm-up next week. We're going to do, or not next week, on Thursday. We'll do those on Thursday. So, so for homework, I want you to do exercise 2. I want you to finish that. I want you to do exercise 5, where we can use some. Exercise 7 is kind of practicing a, an, or some, and what kind of noun it is. So 2, 5, and 7 for homework. Don't forget your chapter 11 test. Chapter 10 test is due on Friday, and then lab assignment is due Friday. Oh yeah, and yes, I was going to show you. I almost forgot. Remember my schedule. So let me show that to you real quick. So at the beginning of class, we were talking about the spring schedule that it's available in WebAdvisor, okay? All the classes for ESOL will be online. Some of them will be synchronous, some of them are asynchronous, and it will tell you which ones are synchronous, which ones asynchronous. I'm going to post a video in the announcements page, and that video will show you how to get to the schedule, and then also how to know which one is a synchronous class and which one is asynchronous. Okay, so this is my personal schedule. The yellow that you see, this is my primary schedule. I'm going to teach grammar 3, writing 2, and reading vocabulary 1. They all start in January. If one of these classes or 2 are canceled, then I'm going to go to my secondary schedule, which will be the classes in the white, the oral communication and grammar 1. Okay, so the yellow is my primary schedule. That's what I really want to teach. And the block of time on the right side, it's a 2-hour block of time. I'm not going to be teaching for 2 hours. That's too long. It'll probably be like this class, 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we might start like at 8:30 to 10 for grammar 3.
Okay.
I wanted to do a 5:30 a.m. class, but they said no, that's too early. So
Really?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nobody should be awake at 5:30. Okay,
Oh, that's too early. Yes.
you're not supposed to be awake at 5:30, especially to. Okay, so that's my schedule. Does anybody have questions about homework or schedules?
Do you have any classes start from like November and December? In November and December? Not yet.
No, we don't have any classes that start in November and go through December. No.
Okay, got it. And another question is, like, if I want to continue the grammar 3, so do I need to like buy another access to an app and in the book?
Okay, so for grammar 3, you know what? I haven't checked yet which book they're using. I don't think it's this book, but I can check and let you know on Thursday.
Yes, ma'am.
If it's the same book for grammar 3, which I don't think it is, you don't need to buy another lab. But if it's a different book, then you have to get a different access code. And by the way, your access code is only good for 1 year.
Yes.
So if you bought your code last August, then yours is going, wait, last August. Anyways, it's only good for 1 year. So that's something else to consider. But
Yes.
I will check, I'll check which book and which chapters we're using for level 3. And all the instructors should be using the same book and covering the same chapters. So even if you don't take my class, it should be
And
the
that
same.
and I think because mine says we expired on 2021. That means I have to buy a new one if you were
In
taking.
January, yeah, that's right, because you took level 1 in January. So yeah, yours is going to expire before the spring classes start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So good questions, guys. Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope. No
Okay,
question.
guys. So Faye, you need to watch the beginning of this video. We had a lot of fun talking about
Okay.
car accidents and motorcycle accidents and what we
Yeah.
are supposed to do. So,
Okay.
so I will post this video later this afternoon for you guys, and I'll also post the video in the announcements about the schedule. So that should be it. So
Okay.
thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
You
Bye
too.
bye. Bye bye,
Bye.
guys.